Zimbabwe is poised to receive normal to above normal rains for the 2024-2025 summer season, and this has given hope for more power generation at a time the country is experiencing long hours of power cuts.
Low water levels at Kariba have been cited as contributing to the current power cuts. On Tuesday, the government say they are implementing a raft of measures to curtail the challenge.
The power cuts that we've been experiencing have been occasioned by the low water levels and the live water levels in Kariba, which have curtailed the production of power from that power facility. So much really depends on the rainfall prognosis, and the reports we're getting from our meteorological department is that we will have a normal to above normal rainfall pattern for between now and March next year. And given how these things work, the catchment area for Kariba Dam, but also at domestically as well as its source, really will start yielding good water yields towards sort of beginning of next year. So we really expect Kariba to be performing much better by a sort of March, April next year. So if you're thinking of it in terms of power cuts and so forth, at least the contribution of Kariba facility will improve as we move to the end of the first quarter of 2025.
You know, these power cuts really have brought some sadness as well and a great expense, because in our community there was someone who put on a group. They said because of the constant switching on, switching off, and then the power comes like a high surge or low surge, they've actually had, they said they've spent $150 on fixing their LNB on their satellite, which was destroyed. And another house had their surveillance cameras totally wiped out. You know, so
because
that's
of
the power cuts and the surges and things like that happening. So I mean, I'm hoping that you know, there can be a more permanent kind of situation, obviously, because the levels are rising. But then later on, what if we have another El Nino 4 years later and the same thing happens again?
But there is a solution, a permanent one. Because I was hearing stories, we share Kariba Dam with Zambia.
Yeah.
So my nephew is in Zambia, he stays there, and he was saying they are only having electricity 1 hour per day.
What?
Yeah, 1 hour per day. So that's dire when you look at, you know, you're supposed to be having electricity 24 hours.
Yes, and then you have 1 hour.
We are praying that, you know, we have what? La Nino. For a longer period.
Yes.
You know.
And we can actually just...
Yeah, and we're always praying that we have this rain so that Kariba is full and all that. Yeah. But have you ever thought about the sun? It's always there. It's always there. So there's a permanent solution.
There is
Why are we not going into it full throttle?
Yeah, I think that is really something that people are encouraged to do. Because I remember before it was the issue of generators. Take that generator. Yeah. And there was the little ones that were affordable, because I mean, I couldn't afford a massive one. So I got the little ones just for lights. So that was affordable. So I think it's the same story also for solar. Yes, the sun is also there, but then affordability. Not everybody can afford a huge solar system to power up the whole house. But I think little by little. How do you eat an elephant? Little
by little. But I know government is making concerted efforts in that regard, because we have solar plants that are mushrooming, you know, around the country. I'm just hoping for more, because we've got abundant sun.
We do have.
Yeah.
We're one of the most blessed countries. Actually, we have abundant everything.
You see,
so we just need to make use of the resources that God has given us.
Yeah. So remember what we were talking about in the first hour? We regard ourselves as the most educated people in Africa. Yeah, let's use it. Let's use it.
Do you hear that, guys? Be smart like me.
Konapo, ipapo, ba ZTN Prime, DSTV channel 294, the place to be.